Well, hi everyone. Thank you again so much for your help with the National SAT on Saturday. This I will be at this test, and so pending no catastrophic power outage or fire alarm, we will be okay. I do want to sort of lay this out at the onset that we are sort of merging two processes for this test. We are merging some digital administration things in Test Day Toolkit. So if you're a room monitor or the proctor, who is Leslie, we're sort of doing things in Test Day Toolkit. If you are but you're also going to notice that our materials are all still paper. This will be the last paper test that we give. So we have some flexibility. If something goes haywire, we can still do some traditional things if we need to. But the Test Day Toolkit allows both of our special service rooms that have just a couple of testers and then our large mass room to do some things a little bit differently. But again, I will be here mostly supporting the West Gym room with 144 kids on the 26th. So again, if you could arrive between 7:20 and 7:30, I'll have all materials in the West Gym, including both bins for the special services rooms. That way you're not trying to hunt me down. And then I'll already have, by 7:30, all of the standard time materials moved into the West Gym. And we'll kind of work together on that. Those of you, I think it's, those of you that are room monitors with me in the West Gym, you're going to want to make sure you have your device and or a personal device, or even a phone that you're using for Test Day Toolkit. It will make it go a little bit faster. Those of you that are in the hall, you may be coming into sub, so if you have a device, bring it with you. Most of what you'll be doing is communication and subbing. Everybody bring a book with them, and just so you have things, or grade, whatever you may be doing, but have something to do to fill time when gaps arise, of course, to not make you go insane. We'll sign, of course, our testing agreement that we're not private tutors, etc., for the SAT, and that we don't have a kid taking this SAT. Before testing, again, students will probably start to arrive around between 7:30 and 7:45. We'll keep them in the foyer. We will check in students, my check-in folks and hallway folks. We will have you in the standard time area. We'll have an 8-foot table in the West Gym hallway. We'll check in students, check their registration and their ID, and then cross them off that they're there, and then send them into the West Gym where we'll take over from there. We'll do some things in Test Day Toolkit. We'll help them find their seat, and there'll be 144 desks, so it'll be a little confusing. Kids can still come into all three testing rooms up until you're starting to read directions for test one. So even though they might miss the pre-admin, technically College Board gives them the right to finish that after. College Board is very inconsistent depending where you look, what materials we get, it's all different. But the latest things say don't bring in cell phones or smart devices. I think we can always tell them to take off their smart device and go put that in their car. The phones, though, some of them may need, if they're holding on to COVID protocol, which some of the things suggest they might be, that they could pull up their registration on their phone, which will have their ID and their entry ticket on their phone. So they're going to need that then to get into the space. Just make sure they power it down. The second they get through the check-in table, we'll remind them in the testing rooms. But you may need to provide some flexibility with phones if that's what they are using for their entry ticket, and we will let them. They should all have their IDs. Or again, if they have it on their phone, that sort of serves as their purpose because their photo is on that form, their registration ticket. If they have a paper copy and they still have their phone with them, tell them to go put it in their car. Okay. Again, those of you that are helping with Test Day Toolkit, there's just a few of us that have access. Once a kid comes into the West Gym, they've already done the check-in, the formal check-in. We're not going to do the more crazy, okay, can you show me one more time? Nope, they're going to say, hey, my name's Andrew Young. Great. So you're going to help them kind of find their seat. And then in Test Day Toolkit, students have been placed, Suzanne has them sitting in a serpentine pattern alpha order. So we'll help them find their seat, and then we'll click check-in. So center check-in and room check-in, you can do both. And then they're ready to go, and they'll be a different color on our seating chart. Again, that's just folks in Test Day Toolkit. You don't need to check ID or do any of that jazz anymore. Their threshold for being who they say they are and getting into the test room, that is happening out in the hallway on a paper copy. Pre-administrative stuff, Leslie will be reading and leading this. Our test center is 14364 for a national SAT. Every student has a specific test book serial number. That's that upper right number under the barcode. This number, it's not in the directions. Every kid will have a note card on their desk with their name on it. We're going to have every kid write this serial number on that note card because we're going to take them and do our seating chart in Test Day Toolkit. If this was a room of 5, like our special services rooms, you won't necessarily need to do that. You can, as you pass out your test booklets, you can see what the number is, and if it was 041531, you will assign that test booklet to wherever that kid's sitting on their seating chart. And so the seating chart will really have you will put students in there if you're in the special services room because you either have 1 kid or 5. We've already done that in the West Gym. The kids are already in their seating chart. You'll see their initials. This is where we then assign a serial book number to their actual seat. And we won't collect those note cards and actually do that until test 1 has begun. It will take way too much time if the 4 of us try to walk around and do that prior and while Leslie's reading instructions. We will do that during test 1. We'll collect those cards and we'll then attach very quickly. We can go through and just attach those serial numbers to the seating chart. Everybody's got a unique form code and test ID. Again, the directions will cover that. I'll click start testing. For those of you running the special services rooms, once you are ready to start testing and redirections, you can click start testing. Again, in my special services rooms, you'll actually assign students to whatever desk based on where the door is, etc., that you want. In the West Gym, we've got all 144 desks there, and these will already have their initials populated. We'll just assign a test serial book number to complete the seating chart once testing has begun. We will distribute test books in that serpentine pattern, as always, just for consistency's sake. During testing, if the student cheats, you should document everything. If it's gross cheating, you should probably let me know. We will fill out an irregularity report regardless. The most common forms of cheating are answers filled in after time is called. The most important thing that you can do is address it in the least disruptive manner and note what the student does back. That will be in the write-up, kind of what your interaction is, what you said, what happened next. We'll call College Board. I'm finding lately that College Board may let them finish. They may not score the test on the back end, but they often will let them finish. It's repeated attempts where that's happening, where they would tell us to dismiss them. If the fire alarm goes off, just note how much time they've been into a test, what time it is when it goes off, and then how much time you gave them after we return to the building. Of course, take your attendance paper copy with you, and I would come on the PA and kind of note next steps before we restart testing and that it's safe. Let's hope that doesn't happen, but that's sort of what you do, is just note the time. As long as they don't have any less or more time, that irregularity will be okay. And again, you take your attendance. Cell phones are the other thing that could happen. They could go off in a testing environment. Just get the darn thing turned off. Note how long it goes off for and whose phone it is. We will let that child finish testing and we will submit that to College Board. If it happens a second time, get it turned off, note it again, and in between tests, you would remove that student. Breaks, of course, this won't be too big of a deal because we don't have 15, 40 rooms, whatever, testing at one time. The breaks, for the most part, will be pretty compact and organized because our mass testing room, they'll have options together. I'm only going to tell students to leave if they really have to use the restroom. That way it's not chaos when they come in and out. They don't have a long time. We will let them use the restrooms in the foyer. Those of you that are in the hallway and doing breaks, this is where you're like all over kids, clearing restrooms, working with security, watching kids in the foyer. One of you may step in and make sure our testing materials are secure. Again, we can never leave the room unattended. All testing booklets should be closed during the break. And we're just keeping an eye on for funny break. You should not see any phones during break. None of that stuff. Section 5, we don't think we have a Section 5. This is a fake kind of trial section that sometimes kids get out of National SAT. It's short. It doesn't impact their score, but it's where they typically sort of try out new things. So we have participated in the past. We don't think we are this year, but in case we have a Section 5, we'll handle it. Again, it's a short section. After testing, so because we're doing the seating chart and the serial numbers in Test A Toolkit, theoretically, we won't need these material room reports in all 3 rooms. I will fill it out for the West Gym. We will have them for both of the smaller special services rooms. If you could just note, Suzanne will have what she gave you filled out. If you could just note what you used and didn't use before you return that to the security desk, that would be great. Depending on the final, I will be here for the duration of all testing, including the special service standard time room and the West Gym. I may still be here counting when the second accommodated room releases, but if not, again, those materials will go to the security desk with this filled out, and then they would get that room to my office. So if you have any questions, don't hesitate. My cell phone number is on the training doc. Just shoot me a text. Weird things happen on this day, and we'll just be as flexible as we need to be. Again, I will be there. I'll have a radio on until testing starts, and then the radio, if you need me, will be out with our team managing the halls, just so I don't disrupt testing. But you can always get a hold of me on my cell phone. So don't forget to bring something for you to work on and keep busy, even if that's just a book, a great book. And we will figure this out together. Thank you so much for your time and being here. And again, let us know if you need any help relative to updating your Velocity account, the third-party platform, so that College Board can pay you. And we'll figure it out together. All right, thank you so much. You are appreciated.